comes Legos, bricks and toys.
Alright, toy fans, so we are here. Here's the thing, I ordered a bunch of parts, and I was like, I'm going to finish up my Ranger Camp mock first. I want that done. And I'm still waiting on those parts. And it's like stones, or like little 1x1 round tiles, 2x2 round tiles in various colors, and like some mushrooms, plants, things like that. But that's gonna finish up, and then the little ruins and stuff, and then that'll be done. Well, it's not in yet, all the parts. And I was like, all right. And I got a message, hey, this is in. I'm like, oh, sweet. And I'm already in mock mode. So I'm like, instead of me saying, oh, okay, I'll give it a break a minute, I went ahead and I was like, I'm going to start this as soon as possible. So this is the Fell Beast. I love how it's Fell Beast. Nothing about Nazgul on there. The ultimate good versus evil. I'm keeping this box just because, it says 277 pieces. I think I put 269 because I was going based off the Lego one. So this is a knockoff of the Lego one. Now the Lego one's retired. It's no longer coming around. But this is the Nazgul on Fell Beast, of course, from Lord of the Rings, or in this case, the One Ring. Forget about the 9 ring given to men, the 7 to the dwarf lords that lived under the mountains, the 7, elves that rule in high majesty, and the 1 ring to bind them, to bring them into darkness and find them and bind them and all that stuff. It's just the 1 ring, which it works. It works. I know I butchered that last one. You have to plot. It's been forever since I've read Lord of the Rings. I love this series. I'm actually, this summer, I'd love to go back through The Hobbit and read it, Lord of the Rings, read it, and possibly go back and try the Silmarillion again because I love it. I still haven't found a good copy of Lost Tales. I'm looking for all that stuff. But Middle Earth and me, like, I love it. So anyways, I found this on AliExpress. I was like, hey, I'm going to get this thing. And I was looking, I'm like, oh man, there's that beautiful scene when Sam and Frodo and Gollum, and they're with Faramir and the Rangers, and they are going through Osgiliath. Now, Osgiliath is the old Gondorian capital before you get into the white city of Gondor. And things are being thrown, it's being bombed, you got troops coming through and they're fighting, and the Nazgul, and I'm trying to remember, I think it's the Nazgul that's the one from the Sunderland. I can't remember his name. There's only 2 of them that have ever been named. The Witch King of Angmar, and then the other one, which was the Sutherling. And I believe the Sutherling was the one that came across, the one that was sniffing at him. When they were hiding under the tree, and then I believe in this one, where it was flying in to get them, I believe that's also the Sunderling, because he was able to sniff out the ring more than any of the other Nazgul. And they've never really told all of who the Nazgul are, just that they were renowned men that they might not necessarily have been kings, but they were probably witches, warlords, warlocks, etc. Ones that fell under the guise of the One Ring and then were brought into the ethereal darkness of Sauron's otherworld or Wraith world, and then they fell to it so much they became wraiths themselves. Scary. So, yeah, Fell Beast. I figured, let's put this together. I love this one's got like the Witch King of Angmar on there, but we don't get that. The One Ring. All right, let's put this together. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and put that under there. I have already gotten my little Gollum, Schmeagol, And I've gotten my Frodo, and I've gone ahead and I've switched out their capes, and I gave them the brown capes because they're Nazgul. And if you remember, they have the cloaks that are the elven cloaks, and so their cloaks change camouflage based on where they're at. So at this point, they're kind of brown, kind of stone colored. So I found these brown ones. It's like I'm gonna put them on there. Got them Sting and the ring, and I went ahead and put them in the trance mode. And then for Sam, I'm still looking for a shorter sword, but I've got just a basic sword, his cloak, and then I gave him the backpack there to kind of mimic Sam's backpack, and I went ahead and gave him the worried face. Frodo, no! So, with that being said, let's start this build. Now, I went ahead and I brought up the Fell Beast with Lego. I brought up their thing, and we've also got this massive set of instructions. Just by the way, those minifigs do not come with this set. I purchased them outside of it, but I was like, you know what? I wanted to show it because this is all a part of what we're doing. Now, I've got my 2 wings here. None of these bags are marked, so we're going to just open them all, I guess. Go ahead and start there. Okay. We'll put small stuff over here. It's a lot of parts, and I'm okay with that. And then we'll put all these over here. And we're going to start by putting our Witch King together. Well, I guess they're all Witch Kings, but it's not the Witch King at Omar. If I remember correctly from the story, this is the Sutherland Witch King, or Nazgul, the wraiths of Sauron. So he does have printing on both sides. Not bad, not bad. We got his busted up cape. We're going to dig through. There's the head. And we need some arms. So 1. Now this figure is completely not put together. So we'll be working on that. He does have this kind of a cool sword. I'm not sure. That's like the was it Dumbledore's sword? I might have to switch that out. That just doesn't, I mean, it looks nice, but it doesn't really fit with the Witch King, in my personal opinion. I got an arm. So far I got a crotch, a body, an arm, a cape, a head, a sword that doesn't feel like the right sword, 1 leg, and I'm sure there's another leg in here. I just gotta find it. Lots of pieces with lots of flashing. Here's the other leg. Okie dokie. Artichoke. If it's one of those that ever find a better, so like the other hobbits I have over here are actually pretty decent. If I ever get a chance to come across maybe another Witch King or Nazgul figure, I might switch it out at some point, but for right now this is fine. Got arms on. We got these on. Now, interestingly enough, the photo over here shows a completely different sword. So it's like, alright, so it's not entirely like this is just a little bit different. Okay. So we are getting something a little bit different than what they're offering. And here's his hood. Goes on there. By the way, thinking about the lore of these guys, here you go. It's okay. It's okay. I think it'll work for right now. I'll probably switch that sword out at some point. But, you know, as a matter of fact, let me look and see if, like, this sword already looks more like his Wraith Blade. So, but I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna stick with it. We're gonna do what we're supposed to do. We'll put him over here, our Nazgul. And now we're starting 1, 2. So this one has us starting with the ground portion first. So we might have to go all the way way because I believe the ground portion is at the very end. Seems a little weird. So they've reversed it for us. Oh my goodness. So that, there we go. So that is definitely one thing that's going to be different between these, is that one set is going to look a little bit different than the other in that the directions are not going to be in the exact same order of one another. And that can be a little weird because like right now I'm on 81, 82, but we're 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's just something to keep in mind. We got, let's see, 2 of these bricks. 1, 2. And right here, we're reversing things yet again. I'm gonna try not to let this sort of change stress me out. But so I mean, I would say all in all, the way that they're being built looks the same, but the order in which they are built are not the same. Because this is a little interesting. So they have us putting this here. Weird, truly weird. Okay. So we're jumping here, but this is reversed. And then we'll be going to the other side. So this is interesting. So alright, let's go with this and then we'll kind of compare them once we're done. So this is definitely one that I'm like really thrown off because this is not a huge, the way that they're putting it together is not something I'm used to doing. So it is very, very, very different. One of these, and one of, no, we got 2. We already got those 2. Now this should go here. This will go here, creating the ruins. Okay, so we've got that portion set. Got that set. 1 and 2. Now 2 of these. So 1, 2, and they have us going ahead and putting a lot of this together. So we're going to go ahead and grab them, and then we're going to check because there's going to be a little bit of key difference, not in the final build, but in the directions of how we're putting it together. So if what we end up with is the exact same as what we're supposed to get, then I would say we have done our job. We're putting brick side out, putting that on top. Is that right? No. One goes one direction, one goes the other direction. That's to offset the feet, I guess. Okay. So, this is going to be the same look as what we get with the Lego. So that is settled. As a matter of fact, we're going to put our Nazgul Witch Lord on there. And now we've got to go backwards all the way to the beginning. Whee! And then we can start putting our fell beasts together. Choo! So this retired set had 3 bags worth of stuff. And we have 3 bags, but none of it's divided up the way it's supposed to. So for us, we're just kind of going with whatever. So we've got 1 and 2. And then we need 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these reverse 1x2 1 pleated step tiles. this same. Okay, so they're kind of shoehorning two directions into one, which we are doing here. Okay. And then we've got one more plate here. So we'll put that on the end. Now, they have us doing it in a different sort of step. I'm checking here. I'm going to follow with this because this is kind of what we have. And so I'm looking just to make sure we have all of our parts. Wouldn't that be such a disaster to start building this, getting into it, and then finding out, hey, it's missing parts and don't know what in the world to do to get our parts. But I think we're going to be A-OK. So we need two of these sockets, two of these gray sockets, and then two of these. Okay. Oh. We got there's it never stops at my house, man. We got so many people that show up. And it is ongoing. Always. Okay. So we've made this way. Right? And then I guess this goes on top. And then we're putting another set. Another and then another. Another and then another. Like that, I'm guessing. Let's see. It is. So they have us skipping around. So this is going to go here. We're still going back up to here. So instead of using red, we're using blue. 1x2 by 2x2 snot bricks. And then of course one more. Oh my goodness. Another one of these. And it looks like we're missing a part already. Yeah. So, oh, no, we have it here. Oh my goodness. See, this is the one problem. So I would definitely suggest anyone who's building this, choose one over the other. If these directions are clear enough for you, stick with that versus this. If you're needing to see the model moved around, stick with this versus that. But the two together are going to drive you insane. And I think that's a key thing here is that honestly, a lot of the times, like I'm doing the build and it's like, I want to compare and see. And when it's so, you're getting the same thing in the long run. Okay. So that's okay. We're getting the same exact thing. But there is some obvious like creative liberties when it comes to the arrangement of things. It can become exhausting, absolutely exhausting. So we're going to move up to here. So we're at 9, 9, that's settled. Okay. Instead of red, we got blue. That's something to note and keep in mind. So 1 and 2, a 2x2, 2 of these 1x2 curved tiles. That's 1 plated curved tiles. 2, and then 1, and it's one that cuts this direction, just like that. Okay. Oh man, where's my drink here? Oh man. All right, so here we go. We've got this pointed this direction. They have us going 1 and 2. Putting this right here. and then 1, 2, and then one more here on the end. Okay, so we're creating a side. We're going to be placing it right here so that way we bypass the socket. So that way we can see it just a little bit better. I might turn this light down just a little bit more. There you go. So now we can bypass that socket and see it. So far, same thing by the time we get to here. Now, other side. So we are doing the other side. Thankfully, they are following through with the same exact thing on the other side. Because if we were going to be all over the place again, I might literally have a crash out at this point. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to not crash out and get everybody worried. But I will say, it is just that small little bit of change. Like, that back and forth is not very good. Okay, so that fits onto there. So for all of this, something, there you go. I was about to say something's not right, but we got it set. Okay, so this is so far the same. Now, looks like we're building up saddle and wings. Same thing here. So we've got 2 of those ratchet plates. And I gotta tell you, I saw someone posting about it the other day, and they're like, I absolutely hate ratchet plates. And I totally get it sometimes. They could be really cool, and they can work grand, and sometimes they can be the biggest pain in the noggin. You just get headaches from trying to figure them out sometimes. And that's never a good sign. But so far, what we got seems to be a-okay. Now, interestingly enough, okay, I got it. I was like, I have one more here. I'm about to say, oh my goodness, please don't tell me I'm missing a part, but I'm not. So that's going to fit onto here. Now that completely covers that blue. And then we've got, over here, it goes this way. 1 and 2. And then 1 and 2, just like that. Okay. And then it looks like we are adding this brown plate up here. Now they have us doing the brown plate and then jumping ahead with several steps. So we're going to go ahead and pull all the parts. We're going to compare the 2 together just to see, hey, is this what we are looking for? So 1 should have 1 more over here. And it's the tapered ones. And 2. Okay? So this is going up on here, so it's completely creating the saddle. Then we've got this going on the back. And then these are going to be going 1 on each side. And I like it because we're using these plates to almost create like the muscling that goes on the back. So there's the saddle, wings, and the muscling that goes down into the body. So pretty cool. Okay, so that's here. This part seems to be done. And now we're going into this tail portion, and it looks like a lot of this is going to be the same. So once you get past the initial like crash out section of what are you guys doing, once we get past that, things I think get a little bit better. Though interesting enough, it seems like they have us building like 2 at the same time, or maybe it's just 1. I don't know, but it almost feels like too much. And 2, 1 and 2. And then 2 jumper plates, 1 and 2. And then 2 of these, oh no, 1 hook, 1 horn, 1, 2 of these round pieces. Okay. And it looks like they're the exact same. So we got 1, 2, and then we got a ball socket on this side. I got this one on this side. I missed a part, didn't I? I did, didn't I? I sure did. Did I? Oh, yes, I did. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Alright, so we've got this so far, exact same. This goes oh my goodness. So 1. Then jump at 1. Then jump at 1. 1 and 2. And then we should have 2 of our hanging brackets, so like actual brackets. 1 and 2. Alright. So 1 and 2. I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, will I actually have enough parts for this? Because it seems like I should have more for what we're building, but I think we're fine. I'm just like what? Freaking out just a little bit, like, where's all the parts? Alright, so this is going to be fitting onto like this. We're going to be putting these 2 jumper plates right on the back. Boom and boom. Largest horn goes up top. So 1, 2. That one goes here. This one goes right here. There we go. So this is the back portion of the fell beast, and this is supposed to fit right onto here. So I guess that gives it a really good ball jointed tail right there. Nice. Okay, so now we're working on the next section, and looking, yeah, it looks the same. So we're gonna go with this one here because I need a little bit more streamline here for what we're doing. 1 up, 1 down. 2 of these kind of stepped bricks here. Let's see. Is that right? 1 and then 2. So it's our curved 1x2 stepped pleats. 2 and then 1 jumper plate. Don't go anywhere. Our 1x2 rounded plate. Technic pinholes. 2 1x1 plates. 1 and 2. And then 1 small horn and 1 Technic brick, or 1x1 round plate with Technic hole in it. So looking at this, this is going to be the same. So we're gonna look over here. We got 1 that goes underneath. This goes up on top. And then this goes here, right? Is it offset like that? Looks like it. That goes here. And then boom and boom. And it looks like the spike is a ball socket. So yeah, it goes towards the ball socket in the back. And it looks like it's going to be offset. So that's a little weird that this feels offset from one another, but that is exactly what they are looking for. Like, okay. It's like, it's a shame we couldn't have got that to where it would plate just a little bit different, but we still have that coloring underneath. So that's going to pop onto there. Alright, and then we've got this right there. So, surprisingly, it looks like we do have enough. So 15, we're now on 16. We're doing, it looks like, the same thing. So we've got our 1x1. We've got one down bracket, one reverse bracket, one 1x1 jumper plate, another 1x2 that is done in the kind of tan coyote. We've got, this time we have a, what is that, a 1x1 tile, a 1x1 quarter round tile, one spike and one Technic brick, and yeah, looks like the same exact thing. So like I said, I know I'm not following completely with the phone, with the app portion, but the reason why I am not right now has to do with the fact that they are, the positions and everything are, the way that they position them, they're vastly different. You're getting the same exact thing, but the way that they are positioning one thing versus the other, and the way they have the models turned, it's kind of unnerving. I'm getting a bit of vertigo going between the two. So it's definitely one of those I would suggest more than anything, pick one over the other. So we're going to snap that onto the end there. Boom. Nice. And we've got our working tail. So, and it looks like we're building, so 16, 17, we're right here. And we're building, it looks like the end of this tail, which is what we have here. So yeah, they're the same exact. So there's not anything that's changed. It is one of those that it looks weird because you've got all these steps kind of like shoehorned into one singular step here, but it is exactly what we have here. So there's nothing that is grossly different. Just the main thing that's different is where they fall in their direction. So there's some at different times. Okay, so following through with here, we get this going right under here, this going right under here, then this goes under here, this goes up on top, this is going right here on the end, this is popping onto here, we got our spike, and that's going back, and then we've got this end spike that is turned upwards. Let's see, yeah. And that's going right here on the end. Whew. Now that doesn't have the best connection. I'd kind of like to have seen that be a little bit different, but you know. Yeah, that's not very strong. And I don't have another. I was gonna look to see if I had another 1x4, but I'm also thinking it might be that connector. I might have to switch that out at some point. But till then, we're moving on. Okay, so now at this point we should be on bag 2. However, we don't have bag 2. We have just bags. So let's pull all of our parts. So we've got another one of those plates. We've got a 1x2x1x2 bracket, a 1x2x1x2 reversed bracket, one of these 1x2 reversed tiles, step tiles. We've got a 1x2 plate, a 1x2 jumper plate, a 1x1, two 1x1 tiles, two 1x1 quarter tiles. Like I said, they shoehorn everything into one direction. One horn and one of the 1x1 plates, rounded plates with Technic pen. We're going to kind of look. They have us doing, okay, so we are going to be building two of these, I believe. But they have us doing one at a time and adding the horn, whereas the app has us doing two and then adding the horns last. So we're going to change what we're doing. That horn goes back and we need the thicker horn. There we go, the claw. Alright, so based on this, we've got 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and pop this onto here. This goes right under there. And then we've got our reverse bracket. We should have our socket plate set up, an actual normal bracket that goes up on top. Our 1x2 jumper plate, and then it looks like we're going a tile and then our quarter round is going onto the back like that. So we'll do the same thing over here, 1 and 2. That goes up on top, and this is going to go back that direction. And this is, turn it that way, this is going this way. For a second I was like, wait a second. But yeah, that's right. Okay, they didn't really tell me to turn it around. They did last second. It's like, come on, you do that beforehand, please. Alright, so they have us doing two at the same time. So at 18, 19, it looks like we're building the same exact thing. So let's go down to 19 here. Let's find our parts. And we're going to be kind of building pretty much what we had before. So one of these and one of these. So let's break them down. One regular bracket, reverse bracket. This and this and this, a jumper tile. A 1x1, we need two of those and a quarter round. Should have another one in here. Another 1x1, another quarter. This time we need a horn. And then a 1x1 round Technic. Okay. So, kind of what we did before, we're going to be doing yet again. So let's go ahead and we'll turn and we'll orient this the way it needs to go. Boom, boom. This is going to go up this way. This is going up right through here. This is going up on top. And then we should have 1 and our quarter round going right in here. And we're going to reverse it and do the same thing on this side. 1 quarter round. And the horn will go back towards the socket. So horn's going back towards the socket this way, so that should fit. Oh my goodness, I didn't tell you to pop off. That should fit right up here onto there. So kind of like that. That plate is going to drive me crazy. You know what? I wonder if I got better it's like one of those, every time I touch it, it falls apart. It's like, oh, that's not a good sign. See if there's better clutch power this way. A little bit. Just a little bit. I might find a way to reinforce that. Oh, God. That can like kill me as a creator dealing with those sorts of things that break off all the time. Like if I got a plate that doesn't have a very good clutch to it, that will start to drive me slowly insane. Okay, so we are building the same thing over here, but we are breaking it down over here. So we got this, we got a 2-slotted or double-sided snot, a regular snot, and we're going 1 snot brick back, 1 across here, with a plate going up on top. So that one's going to go like this, right? So 21. So far, we're just skipping around. So it's technically the same thing, but they have us skipping around. So it's not exact on, it's not the same thing from one to the other. Also, no, okay, we're fine. We're fine. I was looking, I was like, wait a second. But we have exactly what we're supposed to have. So let's go from here to here. Another one of those. A plate with clip. And then a 1x1. So my hope in this is that it goes back this way. My hope in this is that all of this will line up and do what it needs to do. Yeah, it's actually the way that they built that part is really smart. That's really cool. Okay. Alright, so far, so good. Okay. We'll do this reverse plate. So we have a reverse plate. Now, it seems like instead of having like a lot of things at once, they're kind of slowing us down a little bit, not giving us quite so many pieces at once. And I am totally okay with that. So 1, 2, and then one of these. And that's going to go right up here. Am I correct? Yeah. Now, hopefully we should be putting something here that's going to help that. But it is definitely going to be tight. So 22, 23 is kind of where we're at right over here. So with that, we've got 1 cheese wedge, plate with clip. We've got kind of a long, this one right here, the brown sort of tongue looking thing. And then another plate with clip here. And how are we doing this? We're putting that one here, right? This is going to fit right into here. Ah! Lost it. Okay, so that's going to fit into there. This is going to go back and fit there. That's going to fit right on top. Okay. Alright, so we're building the head, by the way, BT dub, in case you were wondering. So now we've got another one of these, another 1x2, a socket bar, and 2 of these spikes. Okay, so we're putting the socket bar into here. That's going to go right onto there and hold that together. This is supposed to go on the back, but look. Okay. That goes here. So, not very strong in some of their instructions for like where they want us to go on certain things. I did not realize that snot brick had to go backwards, but now I do. And as they say, knowing is half the battle, right? So we're gonna plug these into that Technic plate. So they're nice and tight. Yeah. Okay. And then there's like a jaw and the tongue. So that's what we got for our head. No printing. It'd have been nice to have like printing for the eyes, I think. Look at that. I just got done doing, what was it, Lloyd's dragon, which I happen to enjoy that dragon quite a bit. This is kind of in that vein, but it feels more model-esque to an extent. So that's 24, 25, now 26. Yep. We're working on legs. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'm just kind of grabbing the parts. 5, 6, 7, plate with a fang and a horn. Surprisingly, it feels so weird that it's like, you know, based off of this, it's like we have very few parts left over, and I'm like, do we have enough to build it? And we do, but it's just very like, I'm constantly questioning if we really do have all the parts. And I gotta learn to be like, hey, I do, it's okay, trust the process. Even though I'm like, do I really trust this process? Like, do I really? Like, yeah, man, trust the process. It's all good. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, they did something weird. Okay, so then we flip this upside down. And then that goes here. And then we have one horn that's going to go back this way. It's not very tight. There you go. It's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Okay. Oy vey. And then this is going to fit onto here. Okay. I'm starting to see it now. I gotcha. As Wicket would say, gotcha. Okay, so it looks like we're doing the same exact thing, so we'll go ahead and pull all the parts. Let's go ahead and get all the pieces. We'll get them all here so we have them. Another plate with thing and another one of these things here. Another 1x1. And is that it? I think so. Okay. So this time we're just kind of going the opposite direction, which is okay. Got those ratchet plates. They can be so ratchety, those ratchet plates. Sometimes they can be great. Don't get me wrong. There have been times I've like, dude, that plate saved my skin. And then there have been times I'm like, bro, I don't ever do. It's like, there are times I look at them like, do you even Lego? Even build? You kind of got me wondering, like, if you build anything, if you actually know what you're doing. All right, that'll work. Okay. That's going backwards. Kind of like that. Okay. Yes. That goes upward. The orientations of this. I must be tired. That's what I'm going to blame it. I'm going to blame it on the fact that I'm tired. Alright. Let's see. Same exact thing. Yep. All right. And so now that we have this, we're working on the claws. So 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. See, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1, 2 of these, and it looks like 6 of those claws. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of those claws. Let's get them all in there. Okay, and we're building the feet. We need 2 ingots. 1 and 2. All right. So based off of what we have, yeah, it looks the exact same. Okay. So we've got plate with clip. So plate with bar, plate with clip, plate with ratchet, ingot.
Me and Jakari are about to go get ready.
Okay. Yeah, I am. So you got, no, you're good. You guys have fun. What was Penelope working about?
Jakari.
Oh, Jakari. Hi, Jakari. And then we're going to go 1 and 2. Guys, have fun. You have your phone? Okay. Just keep in touch. Alright. 1 and 2, just like that. And yeah, so that's the claw foot. So we're making 2 of those. So let's go ahead and do the same. Let's see, that's going to reverse and go here. So the back of the connection is going to go.
I don't know where my phone is.
You need to find it before you go.
I don't know where it is.
Ah,
Did you call
so
me?
yeah. Hold on, everybody.
What, never mind.
No, just wait. Can you give me a minute? This is what I deal with as a father. So if you
I found it.
found it, awesome. I'm so glad you did. All right. I love my kid. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love my kid. My kid drive me crazy sometimes. Yes. You know, I hadn't honestly really talked about it a lot. Just because I wasn't sure, but I got a diagnosis for my brain that deals with things that can be like too much for me, overwhelming, lots of stimulation problems, things like that. And in that, I love my kid, but I can get overly stimulated trying to keep up with everything that's going on. And so, yeah, it is. And then, of course, now my camera's going off, and now AI has stepped in, even though I didn't ask for it. And it's giving me more, and it's like, hey, now there's 2 children riding by. And it's constantly going off. I'm like, guys. Ugh. Okay. We're on the wings now. Now, again, this says bag 3 here, but for us, like, it's all thrown in to the same exact bags. There's really no key difference between one and the other. Apologize, I've got the hiccups now. So I got 1 of these. We need 2 of these bar pieces here, and then 1 of these. So that's gonna fit into here. That's gonna fit into here. This is going into here. This should be going and fitting into there, and then we got this part that goes right in there. Now, I'm gonna do this because I don't know how. Yeah, they're not. I'm not gonna put these little pins on just yet. I have my reasons. One of which is that they are awfully tight. Awfully tight. Like, you didn't just watch me do that. Okay? I didn't do it. I did not just stick a Lego in my mouth. Oh. Okay. Alright, so we're up over here at this point, and I mean, it looks the exact same. So we've got one, and two candlesticks. 2 and 3. This should have one going out this direction, one going here, and then the two candlesticks, 1 and 2, going up that way. And then now we need another one of these, a Technic pen, one more sleeve, one more ball socket. Again, I'm holding off on the ball sockets. And some of the reasoning why is because they are so tight, I really don't want that stuff messed up just yet. Okay, so we've got this going here. Boom. And then boom. That goes this way, this is going here. And then we got the claw. Okay. There we go. Thankfully, some of the parts feel like nice and tight. They could be like extraordinarily loose, but they do have a little bit of heft to them. So we should have 1, 2, 3 of those little bars. So I'm going to pull 1, 2, 3 of them over here. Once we get all this made and then we put the wings on, we'll put the pins and everything in there. And the reason why I'm suggesting it that way is because looking at the way that the bar and the pin set and everything, I know that if we try to put it in and pull it back out, it's going to be a disaster. And some of that comes with, you know, the territory of having built for a while, knowing when some things are just too tight. Absolutely too tight. So we got 2 of these, 1, 2 Technic pins, 2 of our little horns, and then 2 more of those sockets. And we're going to be going 1 into here, 1 into here, same thing here, 1 into here, and 1 into here. These are going right on the end, so that one goes on the end of the candlesticks. This one goes on the end over here to this. Okay. And then we're putting the wing down on it. Okay. So this is now where we're like, okay, now we can start putting this stuff on there. I'm going to go ahead and punch out all the wing pieces here. There's like little, I can't tell if there's like holes, like if we're supposed to be punching holes in it, because they are, you know, decrepit beast. And I think that's actually what's going on, is that there's like holes in it. Okay, so
Just
he's
wanted to tell you we came back to get jackets. It's starting to rain.
okay. Well, why don't you guys stick around?
No.
I mean, where are you going?
To the park.
To the park? Who all is we?
Me and Jakari.
Where's Braden?
He's gonna meet us there after he bathes his dogs.
After he what?
He gives his dogs a bath.
Bathes his dogs. Okay.
Not like you said bathe.
Yeah, that was like, what?
Bye-bye.
So you're grabbing jackets. How bad is it raining?
Not bad.
Okay. Alright.
Love you.
You too. Hey.
Yeah.
Take your phone.
I know. I have it.
Okay. Oh man. So how many times has that been interruptions here? Hey, it's just a normal day at my house. Normal day at my house. usually these are recorded kind of way ahead of time, and it's definitely one of those where it's like there we go. I went to training today. I did all sorts of stuff today. And now, oh man, that is too tight. Ugh. I don't want to destroy my wing because of this. Okay. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. And this is something to keep in mind. So far, good model. Clutch power on certain things, kind of iffy. I would go ahead and pin everything for the wing up here out first. Get all these done. Get it all lined up. Get all that plugged in. But then when you get to this section down here, let's reverse that Technic pin. Let's turn it the opposite direction. And then let's see if we push this in. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, so what we did is we just reversed the Technic pin, so the stud's down, and then we put the pin in. And not only does that sit just a little bit better, but it also feels a little bit better. So we're going to put this on the back of the Fell Beast here. There you go. And I believe we've got one more to build. So at this point, I don't even have the app open. We're kind of getting the same thing. So we were at 35, 36, so kind of doing the same thing yet again. So we got this bar with our Technic pin. Boom. And for the pin and the sockets, I'm leaving them out there for right now. I'm not going to do anything with that, just because at this point I don't want to deal with having to go back and switch that up over and over and over and over and over again. That goes here, this goes here, and then we're going to be going out that direction with it. So one, and then our two candlesticks, 1 and 2. Thankfully, everything is here, so I'm actually quite excited about that. So 1 and 2, we got one going this direction, and then looks like we're going to be building another one going back this direction. So 1 and 2, that turns this way. This goes here. This goes right here. And this is supposed to fit they have it backwards. No, they have it right. I'm looking at it backwards. Oy vey. Tay, your brain today, buddy. Alright, now. Oh, it happens, man. It happens. I will admit, I think I have been overstimulated. And here's the thing, like, honestly, like, I don't know. It started off kind of weird. I have a pocket buddy. His name is Rocco Raccoon, and he helps me when I'm in situations where I'm getting angsty and or kind of like, well, I'm not sure I want to be here, sort of thing, or I'm having troubles. My rocket used to be, so I have Queen Bee is one of them. The other one is Rascal Raccoon. Sorry, not Rocket, Rascal. And I love raccoons, by the way. I think they're awesome. We used to have raccoons where I grew up, and we would, Dad never wanted them around. He's like, get rid of those raccoons. they're dirty, they're filthy, and they're gonna eat everything. So we had squirrel feeders out because my parents loved seeing the squirrels. I don't know why, but the raccoon would always climb up there, and they got little greedy paws. They reach in there and they grab stuff, and they take out the corn. Then they sit there and they eat it, and they leave a mess, or they'll try to dig through the trash. Love raccoons. They're so much fun. They're smart, really smart, by the way. So, and believe it or not, have really good hygiene. They do not like eating gross, disgusting. They like to wash their stuff, right? So what we did, the more humane way to doing it, because Dad wanted them away, and he was wanting to shoot them. And I'm like, no, I don't want to kill the raccoons. Just discourage them, sort of thing. So what we did is I took saltine crackers. I took saltine crackers down, and I put them right near, because we have like a little lake or pond. I put them right close to where the water source would be, and they would find the saltines and be like, oh hey. They would take the saltine, and they would go down and they would wash the saltine. Well, what happens when you put saltine crackers in water or liquid? Well, they start dissolving. So this raccoon would sit there, take these saltines, and try to wash them. Then they start dissolving away, and then it's like, well, okay. So he goes and gets another one. Goes, tries to wash it, washes away, goes through almost a whole packet of them, and then finally it's like, you know what? Probably not worth it, and just kind of leaves. And so in order to battle this raccoon, that's what we did. We kind of battled it by saying, all right, well, here's these saltines, buddy. And it got on the saltines and would wash them, because that's what they do. And then, yeah, it just kind of done. It'd wash it, get discouraged, and finally leave. All right, now we're going to go ahead. We're going to put these onto here. It has this, doing it like that, where it's all clamped down. Obviously meant to be picked up, though there's a part of me that's like, it would have been nice to have dual things here. But this is our Nazgul Fell Beast. Based on what we have at this point in the app, we would be creating the small ruin set of Osgiliath. That's it. I mean, that's it. About an hour. Hopefully without interruption. So, of course, you got him, got Frodo, in the trance face offering the ring. And so my plan, when I get my Rangers, Faramir, I have a Boromir that I'm kind of remaking into a Ranger. I will be trying to recreate the scene of Osgiliath, where Frodo is essentially offering the ring to the Nazgul, and Sam steps in to knock him out. So that's where I'm at. So hopefully my parts will come in. I'll finish the other thing I'm supposed to be doing and get that all finished. So yeah. Hey, I'm hoping this helps you become a better budgeted brick builder. I got this thing off AliExpress. Not bad. Clutch power is a little bit of an issue. I'm going to go ahead and tell you there's a couple pieces that probably either need to be replaced or glued. So I might have to look in my parts bucket, see if I have things to replace certain things. But all in all, not bad. It's a retired set. So kind of cool getting it when I probably wouldn't have been able to get it before. So yeah, that's what I got. Hey, listen, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications to be alerted. Anything comes from me to you. Like this video, helps YouTube know what you like and what I'm making, and comment down below. What do you think about this? How do you feel about the retired set and the one ring aspect of AliExpress? Let me know your feelings on it. I'd love to chat with you all. Other than that, you can get something out of the shop, kind of help me out. I take small commissions on those, and those commissions add up over time. Nothing that's anything really to write home, but it's definitely something that over time can definitely help. Hey, I thank you all for showing up, and guess what? I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build. Happy brick hunting.